And then after that, once you all go through that, then we'll start with, how'd you find your path?
My name is August Pepper. I'm a senior this year. I got into A&M a couple months ago. I'm going there for aerospace engineering. And I'm actually here representing the culinary program. I am just a part of it for like the very practical sense of it. I feel like culinary is just a good skill for all people to have. It's, of course, being able to cook your own meals and prepare food for yourself keeps you away from restaurants, eating healthier, just living a better life. And so, as I went through high school, I didn't really know what I was going to take when I started. I started out taking architecture, and I thought that was fun, but I didn't really find my calling there. I moved on to computer science, and again, it was interesting, but it was sort of tedious, and it wasn't really my thing. And my senior years, I joined ASE. I found engineering, and I just fell in love with it. And this year, I had an extra elective, and I thought, well, hey, what could help me in my life? And I was thinking about all the different possibilities. I could take science class, but no, I'm not really sure I want that. And so I went on culinary. I wanted the life skills. I wanted to be able to cook, prepare myself meals in college. That way I don't have to rely on mom the whole time. And so yeah, that's what I did. So I'm supporting the culinary program in the sense of practicality.
Well, my name is Beck Emerson. I'm a senior at Stratford, and I'm going to be studying aerospace engineering at UT next year. Sorry. And, well, I mean, I didn't really, I kind of always knew I wanted to do engineering, but like, I didn't know exactly what type. And I guess I'm representing ASE, and that kind of helped me to find out what type I wanted to do and all that. But I know a lot of people who are taking ASE who have no idea what they wanted to do, and they just took it because they wanted to have fun. And I mean, my brother, he did that. He wanted to do business, and he took ASE, and now he's studying engineering at A&M also. So that'll be interesting.
House divided.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know. I didn't really take it for any other reason than I thought that's what I wanted to do. So.
Hello, my name is Ava Cucino. I'm here with the Spring Branch SFA. I'm a senior at Stratford High School, and next year I'll be attending West Texas A&M up in the Panhandle to dual major in political science and agricultural business. I got involved in the SFA because I was previously involved in the show and sale, and I know if I wanted to do it in high school, I need to be in an art class. So I kind of just signed up because I wanted another go. But I realized that there's a lot more to the program. I don't know if you want me to talk about that now or come back to that. Okay, yeah.
All right, I'm Joe Schwertner. I'm going to A&M next year for business major. I know it's pretty misleading. I am representing the business side of Stratford. That's Academy of Finance and Business Professionals in America, and all the real classes related to that. I got into business because I took an engineering class freshman year and decided I am not an engineer. I guess we're going to talk about the rest of this later. So I'll let Jack go on next.
I will brag about Douglas and Jack both. We took 77 kids qualified for state in PTA, and 47 were on the bus with us. Sorry. And I'm not sure if David mentioned, but could you tell them what you won?
I won the Texas FA state contest for the public relations event, so we gave an 8-minute speech about our organization, and we won the contest.
And your gal.
And my skier got grand champion at this year's show.
Hi everyone, I'm Jack Weatherly. I'm here representing the band and the journalism program. I'm one of the drum majors of the band and one of the editors of the newspaper. I'm also the vice president of PTA. I'm going to Texas A&M. I'm going to be in the Aggie band and study business. And I'll talk about the rest of it.
Hey y'all, my name is Nick Rue, and I'm representing thespians and choir. So I'm the vice president of thespians this year, and ever since I was little, I guess I kind of had a really big love for theater, and since I was around 5 years old. And as I got to Stratford, I actually transferred here from Memorial. So I transferred here kind of for their theater program because it's I don't know if you've seen it, but it's pretty good. Yeah, I love it. It's what I want to do and what I want to pursue in college.
Hi guys, my name is Shalimar Bachachi. I'm in 11th grade. I'm representing the Health Science Department here at Stratford. So in the future, I plan to be an orthopedic surgeon. So health science is always my path. I've started since I was in 9th grade. I've done preschools, medical immunology, and right now I'm in clinicals. I'm going to talk about a little bit more of the hands-on activities that we do. And then my partner, Itzel, is going to talk about like the classroom environments and what we learn from that.
Hi, my name is Itzel Rodriguez, and I am working here at Stratford, and I am also representing our health science department. I've always had a passion for taking care of people. I feel like I'm very, I just love being around people. I love talking to people. I love being able to work with so many people, and the health science program here actually helped me develop my love for being around people, and it showed me the new strategies on how to work with different people.
Hi y'all, I'm Allison Howard. I'm a junior here, and I'm representing NJRC, which is Navy Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. I'm part of staff for it. We have a 7-person staff there, and out of like 100 kids, they mostly student-led, and it really helps develop leadership skills, and also here to credit.
Hi everyone, my name is Kendall Lippold. I'm a senior here at Stratford, and I'm representing the Future Teachers pathway. And I got involved sophomore year when my counselor recommended that I did human growth, which is our first class. And I'm now the president of TAFD, which is our Future Teachers Club. And I'm going to the University of Arkansas next year to study elementary.
I'm going to interrupt Valentina because I don't think a lot of you, hopefully you're aware of this, but the district wants to reinvest in our teachers since there's such a shortage that they predict in the long run. And so if a student like her goes into these classes, they guarantee them a job if they make an education to come back to Springfield. So they're promised a job.
Hello, my name is Valentina Chelala. I'm a senior this year. Currently, I'm still trying to narrow down with college whether I want to go out of state or stay here, but I want to study broadcast journalism to hopefully be a reporter on the news one day. But we'll get into that later.
That was great. Let's give them all a round of applause. You mentioned this a little bit, that you knew from freshman year you were heading in a certain path, and others have alluded to, maybe not so much. Can you, and anybody can start, how about theater? Yeah, sure. How did you start your path? I guess you said 5 years old.
Yeah, so I was kind of thrown, I think Houston is such like a cultural hub, so I was kind of just thrown into it. I grew up singing, and my elementary school music teacher said, go audition for the show, and so I did, and I just kind of fell into it. But the decision of whether or not I wanted to pursue it in college and as a career has been sort of difficult just because it is so competitive and it's like a very kind of cutthroat business. But I think, I mean, honestly, like through our thespian society and through talking to our directors at Ms. Broom and Ms. Davidson, they really kind of solidified my love and just kind of like helped me and pushed me on that path to take this into a career. And so hopefully, I don't know, hopefully it'll work out. But well, I guess we'll see. Yeah.
So do you stay in Houston, or do you step outside of the city, or?
So it's the college programs are very are at a lot of different colleges. I guess the top programs and stuff like that. Most of them are in kind of like that northeast New York, Pennsylvania area. So I hope to go somewhere up there, but I think we'll see. I'm a junior, by the way. I didn't say that, but so I don't know yet. Yeah.
Shalimar and Itzel?
Yes.
Itzel? How about you? What was your path?
Well, I come from like immigrant parents. So I was very young, I was taught to care over my siblings. We're 5 in total, so we have a really big family. And ever since I was young, I had the responsibility to look over my younger siblings. So I would babysit them, I would feed them, I would really just look out for them, kind of give that mother role aside from my mom's that she gave us. So
I just kind of really loved watching them grow. I loved to, teach them new things and how to take care of themselves. Even with my parents, I also helped them a lot. So I think it was just that, I guess, mother instinct, my mom calls it, that I love to take care of people. It's just something that I've always knew since I was a little girl that I loved doing.
I kind of led myself into that medical field because I wasn't really interested in anything else. I grew up watching Dr. McStuffins, yeah. So I've always been exposed to that kind of environment, and I found interest. I just love, and I'm like, oh mom, I watched this heart dissection, and she's like, oh my god, ew. Yeah, it's really cool. So I feel like it's just kind of a special aspect to myself that I'm actually very interested in learning. Think about just natural human body, which people think is really gross, but it's really not. So
I have something to add on to that.
Yeah.
It's honestly, even at Stratford, even though we're still not kind of in college or getting that super hands-on experience, it's still so fascinating to learn how your body works. There's so many things that we learn that maybe half of the people in this room don't know about your body. So I feel like that's the most fascinating part, that we're able to experience ourselves from a medical person's point of view. We're actually getting to see our body in depth. How does it work? So I think that's also what kind of led me to that, because I kind of like those graphic things. It doesn't make me think or nothing, and I really enjoy it.
I think it's very important that everybody actually learns medical terminology and how your body works, because we all go to doctor's appointments and half the time we're sitting on a computer. Yeah. So it is really life lessons to be in that kind of field.
Mr. Emerson, who led you on your path? Or how did you?
I mean, it's kind of I've always kind of known that I wanted to do, I won't say I wanted to do engineering, but I always wanted to do something like that. So I was kind of, I guess ASE, Mr. Barrett, the teachers for ASE kind of helped me figure out engineering was what I wanted to, go to college for. But I mean, I guess also my dad was an engineer, and I guess I really look up to that, or up to him. So that's probably part of the reason also. I can't really say who exactly, or exactly what it was, but I guess I'm just always building things and stuff. So that's probably, I don't know. I guess that's the best I can say.
What does ASE stand for?
It's the Academy of Science and Engineering, and it's so for the first year you kind of do a class in the classroom, and then the second year, and where you do projects and all that stuff, and then the second year it's out of the classroom. It's entirely independent, and you're working on a senior project for the entire year. And I think, we're rebuilding a car for our senior project. I know they're doing a shopping cart or something. What are you doing?
Yeah, so for my senior project, we have sort of determined to make a go-kart out of a shopping cart, just to have fun. It's our senior year, we want to enjoy ourselves. And so we bought an engineering class and we put it all together. And now we have a shopping cart that we can drive around.
Where at home?
Yes.
Mr. Weatherly, did you always know you wanted to follow a journalism path, or is that the path you're taking?
I didn't always know I was going to do journalism. I always enjoyed reading and writing, and then my 9th grade English teacher, Miss Menace, kind of pushed my name down to Miss Cummins, who's the newspaper advisor here, and I started newspaper as a sophomore. I really liked it. It was a great place where I could be creative, write, meet new people, practice basic, organizational skills, meeting a deadline, interviewing others, and talking in those kinds of environments. And I learned a lot from it. So it was a great thing that I got to go into in high school that I didn't really anticipate going into when I started high school.
Ava, how about you?
So my family does not come from agriculture at all. My mom's from back in the room somewhere. She can testify to this, but we were actually born in New York City. So when people find out I'm an FFA, it's a bit of a culture shock for them. But I originally joined because a really good friend of mine was in it in 7th grade, and I kind of didn't really have a home yet with an organization, so I kind of just flew to that. I knew I wanted to do something with animals, whether that was kind of be a vet, marine biologist, whatever that was. I then realized that with agriculture, agricultural business, and the political aspect of it, there's a lot more aspects that I can do that will develop into a career. And from the FFA, I knew I needed to be in it in high school to continue what I was doing in middle school, but I have definitely gotten a lot out of it from high school that I will continue to use in college. And it really wasn't expected for me to go into this background, but I kind of jumped in feet first, didn't really ask any questions, and now I've fallen in love with the program.
Is it Douglas?
Douglas, yes. Like I said earlier, I came into high school thinking I was going to be an engineer in college. I took one business class and one engineering class my freshman year. Realized that I'm definitely a business person, not an engineer. My second year, I met Miss Jackson. She led me into the world of business, and with competing in PTA and having an internship in Academy of Finance, I realized that I wanted to pursue a path in business. And with Stratford, our business program is so big, it really leads you down it and make sure you get where you want to be.
Allison, it wasn't only about the PE, right?
Well, no. Okay, so funny story of why I originally joined ROTC. My dad made me.
There you go.
He was like, you're going to join ROTC, it gives you the PE credit, and you'll learn good skills. You know what? I hated that it was like I said, we have a 7-person staff in ROTC, not including our 2 teachers, Commander Jared Kufal and H1 Manita. They have definitely taught me a lot about how to deal with certain situations. It's just all about life. And I've made so many friends. Most of my friends, honestly, I have like 2 friends here. Everyone knows me in ROTC because obviously I'm part of staff, and everyone's just so nice and welcoming that I was like, by the end of my freshman year, I was like, okay, I guess I'll stay, I guess. And it was just a really great experience. I'm still experiencing it now. I'm going to be doing it next year as well. And you get to go on a lot of trips on Saturdays, even though you get up at like 4 a.m. and you stay there till like 5. You get to go compete with other schools. I think it was, last Saturday we had a PT event where we competed with like 6 other schools who also have ROTCs and different kinds of ROTCs, Navy, Air Force, all that good stuff. And we competed. We didn't win anything, but we're not there to win stuff. We're there to have fun, meet new people, and maybe improve or know we need to improve. And some other competitions we have are where we have to wear uniforms, and people come up and inspect us, ask us questions about the Navy, questions about history, questions about really anything. It's open for everything. And depending on how we do for that, we can also get trophies. If you saw our room at Guthrie, it's covered in trophies. We have stuff from like, I think the program started in 1990 at Guthrie, and we have trophies from then to now, and it's really good being part of it.
Kendall, how about you?
Teaching has always kind of been in the family. Both my grandmas and my mom have been a teacher at some point, and so I always knew like becoming a teacher was an option, but I didn't really like the idea of it at first because the pay. Everyone tells me like, oh, you're gonna be a teacher? I don't know, that's just weird. Anyways, I'm the oldest of 4, and I have 2 sisters that are 9 and 11 years younger than me, so I'm around kids all the time. It's just like a part of me. And then my counselor recommended taking human growth and development, and that's how I got involved in like the teaching pathway. And she talked about like education and training in the classes where you like go to elementary schools, and I just was like, that's what I want to do. That sounds awesome. So now I've been in the like class where you go to elementary schools for 2 years now, and it's so fun. It's like the best part of my day.
What schools do you go to?
I go to Wilchester.
How about you, Valentina?
I never knew. I came into high school pursuing like the STEM path because I wanted to be an astronaut. Until I took physics and I was like, no, I can't do it. So then I was like, okay, engineer, it's safe. I know I'll make a living. But then one of my teachers was like, it's okay to not know. Like the unknown, it might be scary, but it's not a bad thing. And then senior year, I did the morning announcements. Well, like just recent, like first 9 weeks, and I was like, oh, this is fun. I can pursue this. It's better than becoming a circus performer, which is what I considered for a while. But yeah, I never thought I would be going into communications.
That's awesome. How about we go all down, and we have probably 6 or so minutes, because I know some have to get up to the testing. So what is either something you want us to know about your high school experience at Stratford, or something that you strongly encourage sophomores, freshmen to know about your experience that helped set you on your path?
Okay, so for me, I really value just like having a wide range of knowledge, right? And so I went through a bunch of different programs and tried a bunch of different things just to test the waters and see what I liked, what I knew, what I was good at. And so what I would recommend is not like focusing in so hard on specific things, to broaden your options, so you can figure everything out. High school is where you're supposed to find out what you want. Not, I mean, of course some people know, but some people don't. So I think it's very valuable to just sort of figure out what you want. Go ahead and try things. You find what you like, you find what you don't, and then you focus on what you like, and that's how you move into college. So, like I said, with the culinary program, you're able to learn things like that. Architecture, they have a bunch of math, drawing skills, drafting, all the different stuff like that. Engineering is just, it's so on. It's computer science too. Even though I didn't like it, I feel it's helpful. So just trying lots of things, knowing lots of things, it's valuable skills to move into your life. I do it at Stratford. So we have a class at Stratford, which is like the intro class, and then from there you can eventually pick up and go down to more serious.
I guess I'd say kind of something similar where you should probably take like a bunch of classes that like that you think you'd be interested in. So take a business class, take an engineering class, take a computer science class. I mean, it's not like you're limited. And I'd say you should probably do that your freshman and sophomore years, and then like junior, senior year, you can really like for your resume start doing things that you know you want to do. So like I freshman year kind of was doing like engineering, but I took like one business class and I took one computer science class, and I mean it kind of helps just to know where you're at and know if you actually like it or not. I guess that's probably the only advice I can give.
I tell underclassmen to find an organization that's going to give you some real-world skills. Through FFA, I've spoken in front of up to 300 people. I've done countless interviews. I've taken tests. I've had a resume developed since freshman year. And with that, I learned how to balance money, balance checkbooks, do all that stuff, wake up at 6 a.m., stay up working till upwards of 3 a.m. It's just a really great program, and especially having those real-world skills. I know a lot of CTE programs offer certifications. We offer some of the most diverse ones. I am choosing to go to college, but if I didn't, I have 3 very different career fields I could go straight into because of the certifications we offer. If your kid wants to be a vet, we have a vet tech certification, so they can go work at a vet's office. If your kid's interested in oil and gas, which is a big hot topic in Houston, they could do that. I'm certified to go walk up onto an oil rig, so if I can do it, your kids probably can. We have American Meat Science Association certification, so if I wanted to, I could work in a meat lab. We also have floral design certifications. So we give you a whole lot of career and technical and life skills. We also can give you a fine arts and science credit, and there's a whole lot more we can do that I can't really say right now because it's just so much. So if you have any more questions about the FFA, CTE, and what we can offer, please come find me or one of our teachers. I'd be happy to share all of about it.
Sorry, I totally forgot. Blanked out. Yeah, so the advice I would give is just get involved with stuff. There's plenty to do at Stratford and plenty of people to meet. There's so many things you can do, and I mean, you'll find something you like, and you just gotta try it all just to see.
I think, going into high school, I think everyone has a hobby or interest, and Stratford has so many different programs and clubs that I would say, like, find something that, like, or kids find something that they've done in growing up or something, involved in that. Find something to try something new, and eventually along the way you'll pick something up that you probably had no idea was even a thing before you got to high school. So I think just by reaching out and talking to upperclassmen, I think is a big thing. I think what all these guys said, like the people you're gonna meet, real world skills, practical stuff. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't know what else I can say besides what's already been said. But I guess maybe besides real world skills and stuff like that, maybe finding like your crew and like finding like your friends is really important, especially like for me coming from Memorial. I didn't really, and a smaller middle school as well, I didn't really know too many people, and so finding that connection like through, I guess, thespians really, it kind of was really easy for me to just keep going on like high school and all that good stuff.
I really want to say that the specific field is very wide and there's a lot of different paths you can take. And I think it is very important that you take your high school years to kind of figure out exactly what you like, what kinds of people you're good with working with. In our medical department, we have a club named HOSA, which is Health Occupation Students of America, and FDA, which is Future Doctors of America. And both of those clubs are very similar but very different, and they literally host very different people. So you do learn a lot of communication and teamwork skills. In the classroom, we do a lot of activities. We do blood. We host blood drives here. There's one coming up April 21st. Come donate blood. We do field trips. We do dissections. So it's not just sitting in the classroom. It's really getting out there in the world and actually, it's an eye-opener, really. And I think even if a student is struggling on deciding what path to take, health is literally something you could fall back on, because regardless, I feel like everybody should just have that intellect on just anything health related. So, yeah.
I think I agree with everything they've said. Stratford allows us to kind of be able to have different opportunities. You know, we all failed in things, so it's always good to, even if you fall, to get back up and try something new, even if you weren't good at it the first time. I definitely think that having, like finding a crew, finding your friends is something that will really help you later on, because you are whatever you surround yourself with. So if you surround yourself with good people, you'll fall into a good path. If you're surrounded with people like with good mentality, you know, they're very productive people, very just like they kind of have their life together. Even if you don't have your life together, kids should understand that that's okay. You know, life happens. You gotta learn things as you go. So I think Stratford allows us to fall and get back up and try new things with all the programs that they allow us to have. It's a really good school, and it helps you really open up yourself, because there's so many type of people that you can work with.
Yeah, I don't really know what else I could add to that. I mean, what other advice is gonna add besides like worry about your grades your freshman and sophomore year, because those will definitely get you your junior, and I'm pretty sure also your senior year. It tells you where you're at, what standing you're at, what quartile you're in. And like I said, I have 2 main friends here, but in ROTC, I'm friends with everyone in my period. For Guthrie, after school practices, I'm always hanging out with people constantly, like every day, and it's always so energizing and just great to be around. So yeah, like they were saying, find your clique, I guess you could call it. But
yeah, so just like everyone else, I would just say get involved. I mean, everyone's gonna tell freshmen like that's what you need to do. Stratford has so many different like organizations where you can gain like experience for jobs and stuff before you even go to college, which is really nice, because then you can figure out that you don't want to do something or that you do want to do something. And this is like really random, but I took like a personality test sophomore year that told me my strengths were mentoring like younger people and caring for people, and that's what I told my counselor. She's like, you need to do human growth and development. So that's kind of like, I don't know, that helps, knowing where your strengths are. Yeah.
I'm representing student council. I forgot to mention that. But one thing I've learned from just my time here is that it is okay to fail, which is something, I mean, I was pretty shy all throughout middle school. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to be whoever I want to be, like 9th grade's a fresh slate. But I was so scared of failure that I almost didn't apply to be on student council, because I didn't want to be rejected. And if I wouldn't have done that, I mean, I wouldn't be here. But yeah, I've gotten rejected from colleges, but even that, it's taught me a lot about myself. Everything happens for a reason. I wasn't meant to go there, and that's just my path. So.
And to add on to that, just take it seriously, all those kids out there. Not just the grades, but the things that teachers are saying, and like the advice that people are giving you. There's so many people out there that have so much more experience from you, and so just taking everything seriously, understanding, and having letting yourself be vulnerable to learn, and to be open, be serious. One last time.
Enjoy it.
And enjoy it.
Because it'll go by super fast and you won't even notice it. People who are
just kids who are just starting to come into high school. It's like she said, it's really important to get involved. I am a junior now, and I really, really regret not joining like a lot of clubs. I wanted to be in student council and like all of these other clubs, but because I'm kind of shy, but I kind of like to talk to people as well. I missed out on the opportunity, but joining all of those clubs will open new doors for you. Like there's so many things that will be good out of joining clubs in Stratford, and that's the good thing, that they have so many clubs for so many things, which lets you engage in like worldwide things.